You're now listening to the 360 Real Talk Podcast, your source for entrepreneurship, entertainment, and lifestyle. With your hosts, 360, Alex and JD. Monday nights from 10 p.m. to 11 p.m. Facebook and YouTube Live. Subscribe to the 360 Real Talk Podcast on Apple and Google.
All right. We made it.
We made it?
Yes.
Okay.
We're live.
Welcome.
There's a lag
it's Monday.
on my side, but we're just going to overlook that. I'm not
So excuse us for the first 2 minutes while we share things.
Yeah, where we get our kinks worked out real quick. We got some new people up in the studio with us, helping us man up. So we're going to have some new podcasts coming out of 360 Marketing. We're trying some new things. So.
Are we on season 2?
Yeah, we're on season 2,
that's
man.
That's a thing? It's season 2?
Yeah, we're jumping into season 2 now. So
all
thanks
right.
everybody for joining. We're going to give it a little bit to get some people in the room. We got one person in here already, so I'm going to do a big invite and shoot some people in here. This always probably sounds wild when we turn around and do this on the audio side.
First start, yeah.
Or Apple people are like, yo.
Oh gosh, we're never usually this close to the screen, to the camera, so it's pretty great. The camera's usually really far away from us.
True. This is true. This is true. So I'm sending out some invites. If you're watching, go ahead and hit the share button for us if you don't mind. Let's get some people in here before we get going. The green screen effect is a little strange looking. Like, look, it's got a little glow around it.
It makes us look weird.
Yeah.
I don't know if I like it.
Yeah, we'll work on it. We'll figure it out. Got Stefan over there. He just got done with his podcast. So check him out over at FXBG Public Radio. They're live on Mondays with the sports. Trying to start this watch party and it's telling me that it's not available.
Uh-oh.
So
I think you have to wait a minute before you can start.
Probably got to wait on it to catch up.
Yeah. Hi, Irene.
Got that. We got that lag going on. So whatever. Let's just get into it.
Oh gosh.
We'll figure this stuff out as we go. We're doing this in house now, so you guys bear with us. We're trying to learn the ropes of podcasting.
Hi, Mikey.
Yeah, thanks for everybody for joining us. If you have never joined us before, so we're 360 Real Talk. Every Monday from like 10-ish to 11-ish. We got a little podcast going on. You can check us out on iTunes. You can check us out Facebook Live. We post to YouTube afterwards. Spotify now.
Yeah.
We're on Spotify now.
Google Podcast.
Google
I don't know if I said that already.
Yeah, so you can listen to us on the way to work and have some laughs and hear some interesting stuff.
I listen to podcasts on the way to work.
I do too, actually.
It's my new thing.
I listen to podcasts on the way to work too as well because there's some good ones.
Yeah.
I listen to a lot of different podcasts actually.
What other kind of podcasts do you listen to?
Mostly, me, I'm an entrepreneur like to the bone. Like, so I'm listening to the Gary V. I'm listening to a lot of like, sales stuff.
Okay.
I listen to a lot of different stuff. Joe Rogan is good. He's got a good podcast. He has a lot of interesting guests. I listen to, what's that one, the black guy from Shark Tank?
Oh, man.
The bald-headed dude.
I know exactly who you're talking about. And I cannot think of his name.
Yeah, he's got a really good one.
Fubu?
I can't remember his name.
That's his brand, and I cannot think of his
name.
He
started Fubu.
Damon,
yeah. So I listen to him a lot. He's got a lot of good like business podcast stuff. You know what I mean? So there's a lot of good podcasts out there. If you guys are not listening to podcasts, you should.
I listen to people who do what I do.
Exactly, because I want to learn how to get better at what I do. So I want to listen. I listen to as many entrepreneurs as I can, like successful ones. You know what I mean?
Yes.
So yeah, we got some people watching. I got a few people in my watch party. Thanks for joining us, guys. Hang out with us a little bit. We got some good topics coming up tonight. With that being said, Alex has got something for us.
Oh gosh. I hope I don't lose any friends over this one.
That'll be all right.
I feel like we just have to talk about it. You guys are all vaccinated, right?
Yeah, explain that, because I mean, I got all my kids shots and stuff, and I'm sure I stepped on a nail one time, so
you got a tetanus shot.
Got a tetanus shot.
Okay, yeah. Were you actually saying no? Okay. don't go to New York. You actually can't go to New York.
We got Brandon and Scott on the control boards tonight, by the way, helping us out. They're learning, and they're going to be producing some podcasts here soon.
So we finally have, we had a voice in the background when we were at Eric's studio at FXBG Public Radio.
We'll have that soon.
I always thought that was great listening back. Yeah. You hear him in the background. So, whenever you guys want to be like, hi, we're in the background.
Exactly.
It's fun.
We'll have that soon. We'll get them some headphones and some mics, and they can be like, I call it that. What's the dude from Howard Stern that always just chimed in randomly? Mm-hmm. What was that dude's name?
I don't remember
Marty,
the name,
maybe?
But
Artie Lang. Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. See, the mic picks up everything, so you guys can still chime in. All right.
Interrupt your podcast,
No. Right. Right. All right. So what you got over here about this measles, Alex? Tell me about this. What's your
So we have in the United States 387 cases of measles across 15 states since the beginning of the year.
Yeah.
This is the highest number reported since measles was eliminated in 2000.
Wow. So It's on the rise again, is what you're saying.
Yes. So I don't know if anyone has ever seen what measles is or what it does.
I had it when I was a kid.
You had it when you were a kid?
Was that
Are you joking?
Maybe? No, I had chicken pox. I had chicken pox. All right. So I had chicken pox. Oops. Yeah. Wrong one. Wrong one.
So there's a vaccine for that now too.
Really?
Yeah. So my kids have been vaccinated for chicken pox. I don't think I was. I had chicken pox when I was a kid.
Well, didn't we get shots when we were a kid? If we got chicken pox, didn't they give you a shot or something?
No, we were part of the generation that was, here's some the calamine lotion. And
yes, it was horrible.
You
but
might
didn't
as well
they
put all the siblings in the same room and just get it out of the way?
Didn't they always say, though, once you got it, you couldn't get it again?
Sometimes
that was the theory, right?
You can get it again later in life as shingles, which people hate. Yes, you probably won't get it, but if it comes back, it's going to be terrible.
It's going to be even worse when it comes back.
Welcome to being a human. It's
Welcome
wonderful.
to being an adult.
States that have reported the cases are Arizona, California, Colorado, Connecticut, Georgia, Illinois, Kentucky, Michigan, Missouri, New Hampshire, New Jersey, New York, Oregon, Texas. New York has a travel ban. You cannot bring unvaccinated kids in. It is bad news.
It sounds like it. It sounds really bad. I don't like it already.
153 measles cases were confirmed as of Friday in Rockland County. I don't know where that is. First between the ages of 12 and 15. Oh, wait. Experts recommend that children receive the MMR vaccine, which is measles, mumps, and rubella. So not only do you not get measles, but you also don't get mumps or rubella.
Okay. So this vaccine, this shot is supposed to be all in one shot. For
that one, yeah. And then you have the DTaP, diphtheria, tetanus, and a couple other things. Now these things do a really good job of keeping you alive. Oh gosh, polio is in DTaP. So there's one guy actually who's still on the iron lung. And so that might be one good thing. If we get polio back, maybe we'll need more iron lungs and they'll be able to make some parts for his machine so we can get an upgrade.
Okay.
It's a bad idea. It's a horrible idea. I've actually started seeing news outlets kind of turning the tables with, if we can't get through to people who won't vaccinate, maybe we just need to speak their language. And you know what? Another benefit of not vaccinating is you don't have to plan a 16th birthday for your kids.
Right.
Yeah, or buy a car or plan for college. So anyways.
Okay.
Well, it's a little controversial, but I like having healthy kids and being able to take my kids places and protecting the babies who can't be vaccinated. Or people who have compromised immune systems and could still catch the disease. Yeah. So that was my news topic for you guys tonight. I hope you enjoyed.
Okay. So
I don't think I made anyone angry. I don't see any angry faces.
No, definitely not. We got some comments actually. Trish says, "Hey Trish, what's up? Long time no see." Trish says, "Now some parents have chicken pox.
Chicken pox parties.
I don't know what that's about.
It's the same thing like when we were kids, except They're just ignoring that there's a vaccine that they can utilize. But why not just get it out of the way? Had the pink stuff and lay it on the couch. That's right, Olivia.
Right?
That's
oh man, the pink
calamine lotion.
Oh, and
that
it's the same
stuff that you put on poison ivy.
Yes.
Yeah, it
See,
dries
and
it out.
I don't know about you guys, but like when I was a kid, like when I got stuff like that, I could not stop itching. Like I was that kid that like my parents were like, "You're gonna get scars, and it's gonna be horrible." And I'm sure I've got some scars somewhere.
But
I got it everywhere. Like as a boy, having poison ivy, like in West Virginia, playing in the woods and shit. Like I got poison ivy in places that I do not ever want to itch again.
I think I'm immune to poison ivy.
Lucky you.
Yeah.
Like, yeah. Eric says, looks and sounds great. I think we got our settings right. Okay. We're going to have to adjust their, our green screen settings, but it still ain't bad, actually.
It's weird. I don't like it either.
It's got a weird tone to it, but it's not too bad. Yeah, maybe a different background.
Do we look like we're in a newsroom?
Yeah, a different color. So measles, man, it's making a comeback. So
it's making a bad comeback. Don't
call it a comeback. It's been here all along.
Resurgence.
Yeah. It's
coming.
Take your kids, get them vaccinated.
Please.
We won't go into the conspiracy side of that, but some say all that shit is like.
There's a conspiracy.
There's conspiracy behind vaccinations and stuff.
Are you serious?
Yes.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
I just thought it was a bunch of idiots, to be honest.
Nah, there's a conspiracy behind that. So we'll have to touch on that one day on our conspiracy topics.
I had no idea.
We do. We got a conspiracy we're going to get into later on tonight. That kind of will play right into this. Yeah, we have a big conspiracy topic tonight.
Oh yeah, you were telling me about it earlier.
Yeah. So you got measles. That's all you got for us was measles.
That's all I got.
So if you've never watched with us, we got this little segment called WTF News of the Week, right? So we like to talk about, some will call it clickbait, that we find on the internet that we try to fact check and make sure is true. We do try to do that much, and we share these random crazy stories to our page every week. So if you guys come across any crazy stories, share them to our page and we'll cover them. Because a lot of times, we're scrolling through the internet and we see this stuff, but I feel like we don't read it. We just see the headline and the picture and we're like, haha, we keep scrolling. So that's why I like to cover these things. So I don't know how many people seen the article that popped up this week. I seen this in multiple places after I shared it.
So many people talking about
so many people
how
shared
they
this.
Help.
Yeah. So the DA in Houston is looking for a contractor that can burn thousands of pounds of pot, is what they're calling it.
So many people have volunteered to help with this.
I imagine, right? As everybody raised their hands. So they've got some strict guidelines for this job.
Very strict.
You've got to be able to burn at least 1,000 pounds of marijuana per hour and for a minimum of 8 consecutive hours per day. So that's a lot of weed being burnt in an hour all day long.
But it also has to be on camera.
They want it on camera so they know that you're burning all of it and you're not taking any of it. They also want you to burn various items like papers, cassette tapes, bulk marijuana, pharmaceuticals,
why would they do that, Mark?
and other incidental controlled substances. Why? Sounds like, hey guys, while you're burning this weed, can you go ahead and destroy some more evidence for us?
Yeah.
I don't get the whole papers, I guess. So instead of shredding the paper, let's just burn it. We got some cassette tapes from old confessions and recorded conversations. Go ahead and get rid of that for us. And then they're telling you, well, we got some outdated pharmaceuticals. Let's go ahead and get rid of that. Because they do have that. I don't know if you guys have seen that. So they have those days like once a year where it's like, come
return your prescriptions.
Return all your out-of-date prescriptions. So maybe this is like that time of the year where they burn all that. So now we got, let's think about this for a minute. So now we got marijuana mixed with maybe painkillers and opiates and all this stuff in a big old fire. And someone has to supervise this for 8 hours a day.
Yes.
Starting to sound a little crazy.
So just on that returning your prescriptions thing, by the way, just like the shelf life of like canned goods and things like that, check out how long they actually last, because a lot of that is just like telling you to refill them, or to get rid of them.
Right. Come get more.
They last a little bit longer.
Oh yeah, I would imagine. I mean, come on, dude.
Like 2 decades longer.
Yeah, exactly. More or less, it's hey, why haven't you come bought more drugs from us?
Exactly. Well,
not saying
I have to
that,
admit
but
that probably 25% of that is get the drugs out of your house so no one gets addicted
that
to them.
too. So yeah. Well, I mean, we live in an area where someone breaks in your house and you have opiates, they're more likely to take your pain pills than your big screen.
Sure.
Let's just be real.
Sure.
And I mean, and that's probably in a lot of areas nowadays. If you got some good pills in your house and somebody breaks in, they're probably bypassing your PS4 for the pills. Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's worth a whole lot more. Right. You know what I mean? Yeah, exactly. It's like, let's just, I don't got a pawn. Right, exactly.
Take them and
take
leave.
it all. Yeah, don't take my PS4. All right, so back to this. So the DA also requires that the contractor have their own closed circuit cameras. So they're not even providing cameras. You have to provide your own.
They'll provide armed guards.
Yeah, I bet they will. So they observe the right to access the video to make sure the evidence is being properly destroyed. Oh, man, imagine that. This runs all the way from March to September. So this is not like a week-long job. This is like from spring to the end of summer.
Oh, yeah. They got a lot. They got to get rid of
they got a lot. And this is only in like one area. Houston, you got a bunch of cities I've never heard of. Del Rio, San Antonio, Austin, and Waco. Oh, imagine that.
Wow.
Over in Waco, we got some stuff going on. So they will provide armed agents and contractors who are authorized by the DEA during scheduled burns. And here's the funny part I had to throw in here. So after whatever source I grabbed this from posted it.
10 News.
Yeah. So DEA basically came and sent them an email that's like, hey, we appreciate everybody sharing this, but we're looking for some special people here.
It's not what you think.
Right. We didn't want this to necessarily go viral is what they're saying. Like, thanks, but we've got the hiring process covered.
Have you heard about the NASA experiment?
No.
I should have covered that. I should have
put that on your list.
Read more about what you were doing here. They're looking for people. They're going to pay people like $20,000 to lay in bed for 2 months.
Oh yeah, I've seen that. I've seen that a couple times.
You are not getting out of bed. And one of the rooms is like spinning.
Oh yeah, no, I'm good. Sounds like a bad nightmare.
They'll pay you.
Oh yeah, no, I'm good.
You lay in bed, you can watch TV. You got a catheter. You don't have to get up.
A catheter? Yeah, that makes it so much better. I can just pee on myself. Well, if they can combine that with burning the weed, if we can burn the weed and do the sleeping experiment in the same room, I'm pretty good. I'm good.
There you go.
If we can do that all in the same location,
she said, "Oh hell no!"
I'm all about it.
Johnny got too much stuff to do.
Right. Because I like sleeping, and weed makes me sleepy. So this would actually work out.
Oh God.
Yeah. So yeah, I got distracted. So yeah, my next WTF news of the week is Amazon.
Mikey says you're a genius.
Research claims that Amazon makes $48 billion a year from drunk online shoppers.
Oh, I heard about this.
So The Hustle, a technology and business newsletter, looked into this, and they said they looked in line to see how much Americans spend online while drunk, discovering itself a business in itself. Surveying
drunk shopping.
Surveying 2,000 American adults, all of who drink alcohol. The research revealed 79% of these polled have made at least one drunk purchase. Those who do shop online while drunk spend around $444 every year.
Wow.
With clothes and shoes being the most common purchases.
Wow.
And
I
Amazon,
wonder if they fit when they buy them.
Yeah, right. Amazon, the website of choice. So they came to the conclusion that Americans spend around $48 billion every year drunk shopping. They're saying that's kind of high.
HSN makes the same off of old people.
Yes. When they're doped up on their pain pills late at night.
Oh, wow.
That's what I would say.
Throw them away.
Yeah.
They're expired.
Take the expired pills away, and then to cut away from the late night shopping too. Just go stand in your backyard and burn weed. and it'll distract you, and maybe you won't shop as much online when
Today on Bad Advice from Mark.
Right, it's actually good advice. Get high and turn your freaking phone off. You know what I mean? Then you're not, then you're not spending money. You're just freaking stoned out of your mind, and you're not drunk shopping. You're not doing nothing crazy. I mean, let's be real. I'm not really a weed smoker. When I was younger, I was, but I was that kid that passed out in a corner and everybody drew shit on his face because like weed just knocked me out. Probably somewhere. Yeah. Nice. I just wanted to eat and go to sleep. That was like, to this day, smoking weed, I eat and go to sleep. That's like $440 a year at Taco Bell. Yeah, for me, it's like stoned eating. Yeah, that's my guilty pleasure. So yeah, JD's out of town tonight.
Where is he?
He's on the road, dude. He's on like this little mini tour. It's pretty cool. So go JD. You know what I mean?
Were we gonna call him?
We were going to, but you know, we're still trying to figure out how to do anything.
Okay.
We're still learning all this. So hey, if you guys are listening, share, please. I'm gonna bug you the whole time.
Smoke and play World of Warcraft. Okay.
Remember when that was a thing? Like that shit hit Oprah for a second.
Still a thing.
Like it is still a thing, but now it's
Here we go. You know, it's not
Fortnite
the vaccines
and stuff
that's gonna get us yelled at. It's gonna be Mark called World of Warcraft when it was a thing.
It's not a thing anymore. Warcraft was like
it's still a thing.
It was like 10 years ago.
It's such a thing.
Really?
Lots of people play.
I'm so confused. I'm so confused.
That's WoW, right? Okay, yeah.
I'm so
it's got an acronym. That's a word.
Well, I know they're like, you know me, I'm always trying to make.
Mikey said it sucks now.
I was gonna say, so I'm always trying to make money and stuff, and like some stuff popped up like, hey, you can make a lot of money on World of Warcraft, and
you
so
can make money.
Yeah, because you build your profile up and you sell it off.
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
Yeah. So
Lots
that was like a
that.
sport, man. And then like I jumped in there and tried to do that, and I was like, this game's freaking boring, dude. I was like, I just couldn't. I tried Second Life. That was kind of cool. It was like a virtual reality, like Sims.
Kind of like Sims, yeah.
Yeah, it was kind of cool. You could do some crazy. It was like Grand Theft Auto mixed with Sims. You could do some shady shit on there. It's all yeah. So I don't know if it's still around, but it was fun. Anyway, so moving on. Local entertainment.
Whoa.
JD Roberts is normally here to cover that, like I was saying, but he's on the road doing some touring, some music stuff. So we should have got his schedule, so we could have shouted it out. So I never thought I'd see the day that Buck Cherry showed up at a local bar.
That's crazy, bitch.
Yeah, that's messed up.
That's messed up. I'm sorry, I had to.
Yeah, that's messed up. One day, like,
how did they get famous? Like,
crazy bitch.
Song.
Crazy bitch. I mean, they had a good little run though. We got to give them credit. They had a couple good songs.
So they're coming back to Fredericksburg. The perfect place for them.
Right. The perfect place for Buck Cherry is definitely Fredericksburg. Right. And I mean, listen, Hard Times pays pretty good, dude. They're probably getting like 10 stacks for that show. You know what I mean? So that's, you know, for washed up bands, like 10 grand's a lot. So, I mean, shout out to Hard Times for bringing in like some washed up bands that I wanted to see when I was younger.
Who is it? Oh gosh, 10 Years plays there, like a lot, and I've never seen them. I really like that band.
Who else has been there? I mean, Hard Times brings some good national talent in. Like I said, they're washed up. Who? Puddle Mud was there recently with their all new band. I wonder if Buck Cherry's still original. That's a good question. That's a good question. So Saturday, doors open at 6 p.m. The show runs to like midnight. All tickets are priced as general admission.
Jackal made people mad. How?
Half this. Oh yeah, I seen that. They said they were assholes.
Really?
Like they just were.
Oh.
They were rude to the staff. Didn't give a fuck about the crowd.
Are you
Oh yeah, I heard
serious?
about that too. Hit and run. Yeah, they just rolled out.
The bus driver is like claiming that he did not do that, etc.
Oh yeah. So I mean, my thing is like, if you're a washed up band and you're playing bars in small towns, you should probably be thankful that you're getting booked at these small bands, at these small bars, and you should probably like fucking treat your fans like they matter. You know what I mean? Because
somebody name dropped. Is that the right person?
We got Aaron over here name dropping probably.
Olivia.
Olivia's.
Told us whose car got hit.
Oh, somebody. Oh, see, small town. Everybody knows.
Did they do it on purpose?
They probably didn't do it on purpose.
Was he like the DJ, or it would just so happened to be his car?
Whose car was it? Because I don't see that in my watch party.
Oh, you don't? Oh, you're on the watch party?
I'm on the watch party.
I just don't want to say names just in case there's a reason for not saying names.
Oh, yeah. We won't mention his name. That's why he was so mad. So, yeah. If you're, washed up band should act better. Whatever. So, back to it. Buck Cherry. Half the seats are available on first come, first served. Other half is available for reservations. Ooh. So, I would imagine that reservations are gone. I'm just, because Buck Cherry's kind of a big deal back in the day. I would go see them, truthfully, just to see Crazy Bitch. That'd probably be the only highlight of that show for me. I'm just going to be real.
What is Mr. B's? David Allen Coe passed out at Mr. B's years ago.
That's like an old school, like redneck joint up in Spotsylvania they used to have.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Bluegrass Park or BT?
Nah, the Mr. B's thing up in Spotsylvania that closed down.
That's the only song I know. Same. That is the only song from that.
So
that
Fredericksburg is, there's a lot of, even before Celebrate Live, Fredericksburg has had like some major people stop through.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Hank Williams, like the third maybe, or maybe even Hank Williams Jr. played downtown at Central Station back in the day.
Oh, okay.
We've had some big people come through.
Yeah.
Now we got Dominion over here bringing people through, you know what I mean? So, we've got a nice little scene. I've always said, like, we're in the center. We're the hub. We're in between Richmond and DC. Yeah. So we could do way more than what we actually do as a community for the art and the culture and the music and all that. Yeah. It's just that no one wants to put the money up, truthfully, coming from an entertainment person. Bars, there's not a lot of bars that are big enough to hold the capacity to cover the cost. Mm-hmm. And then we're in an area where it's either you go redneck or nothing, pretty much. We're in that area. That's why, Celebrate Live does so good with country and Southern rock and all that.
I think some of the liquor laws and stuff they have.
There's a lot of wild liquor laws going on. Like, I remember back in the day when we were trying to put hip hop shows on. I'm not sure. I have to look that up. We got some celebrities locally. I know back in the day, like, insurance policies wouldn't cover hip hop shows.
She's from Winchester.
Dave Matthews Band's out towards Charlottesville. We got a lot of Virginia people. So anyway, if you're looking to relive your Crazy Bitch days, check out Buck Cherry at Hard Time Saturday.
Oh God, please don't relive them.
Remake those memories. I'm expecting to see a lot of
class.
Look, I'm expecting to see a lot of half-naked redneck women out there shouting, "I'm a crazy bitch," because they are. Oh, yeah. Fireball is going to be deep. They're probably going to go through, like, kegs of Fireball.
Maybe I should go.
Somebody's got to go.
It would be funny to watch.
Somebody's got to go. I'm out of town in Fairfax, but somebody has to go.
When is it?
Saturday at 4 months.
Oh, won't be here.
Yeah, we need a field reporter out here. Pop up live. I'll put you on admin on 360 and just pop up live. Reporting live. They're about to sing Crazy Bitch.
Oh, yeah. You got to be there for that.
Oh, yeah. Somebody. I imagine we all got enough friends locally around midnight's probably when they'll do Crazy Bitch. Who's going to
be there? You'll get admin
Somebody
access.
will be there, and we will freaking catch some live streams of Crazy Bitch. Mm-hmm. It's just going to happen. So, look, Dominion Raceway, I'm always touching on them because to me they're like the newest upcoming venue that's got enough space to do some really cool stuff.
Yeah.
They got street racing going on, dude. And it's been going on for a minute, but it's actually getting pretty big now. I seen like last week they had like over 100 cars.
Wow.
So basically the way they're doing it is you get in there and you line up, and I guess they pair you up with somebody to race, or it's like Fast and Furious style. It's like $20 and you get to race. Yeah, anybody. Just pull up. Huh?
The drag races?
Yeah, the drag races. You just pull up, man, pay your little $20 fee, and you just race.
Wow.
Yeah, they've been doing like Headbangers Ball and stuff like that.
Yeah, the Headbangers Ball they just had over the weekend. But I just thought the street racing was really cool. So gates open at 6 p.m., racing 6 to 11. Modified DMV's like hosting it. Let's see.
Modified DMVs.
Bring your friends, bring your family, call out your rivals. So, I mean, I imagine there might be some pink slips on the line on the D-Lo.
Oh my gosh.
Like, this could get crazy. I mean, people could lose their cars out there. You never know what's going on. I got to go out and check it out. I'm reporting on that.
Isn't that gambling? Isn't
Oh,
gambling
yeah, definitely,
illegal in Virginia?
It's illegal everywhere, kind
Uh-huh.
of. But you remember that show, Pinks or whatever? There was like this show where they were racing for cars.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I
So,
just thought you were talking about Fast and Furious.
let's see. So the second floor, 118's open, the little bar. $20 to race all night. So
Wow.
it's like race all you want for $20. If there's 100 cars, I don't imagine you get to race more than once, but whatever.
Do you have to be like a certain age? Do you have to own your car?
It doesn't say, but I mean, we're in Spotsy, dude. I doubt there's a lot of regulations behind it. Probably 18 and up.
Yeah.
And you got a driver's license, I would imagine you're pretty good.
Okay.
20 to race, $10 to spectate. Oh, there is a requirements link. So I'm sure they got it all outlined. Another cool event. It's
Oh, wow.
the 4th annual food truck rodeo.
They'll let you race motorcycles too.
Yeah, they got motorcycles going on. Oh, man. So out in Spotsylvania Courthouse Village. What day is this? I think this is Saturday to funds begin. Yeah, I forget to put the day on there. I think it's Saturday. Click on the link for me.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's Saturday.
April 6th, that's right.
11 a.m. I guess they're doing a contest, and you go eat all the food and vote on the best food truck. Tables are available for seating, but you can bring a blanket and a chair to sit on the yard. Come hungry. Food's available for purchase at each vendor. Got some music. They got face painting.
So you have to buy the food and then.
Yeah, that doesn't make sense to me. It should be like.
But you don't have to like pay to get in then.
No, it's free to get in, and then you just buy what you want, I guess, and then you can vote on the best food.
I wonder if they'll all have samples.
Yeah, I was gonna say if there's like a
Yeah.
contest and we're voting, I would imagine there's samples.
Yeah, so you could probably get full on samples.
I mean, yeah, the Brewfest, they just had it over the weekend. I mean, I went to one of the first ones and I had VIP and I got drunk off of samples.
Okay.
Yeah, so you can probably get
Word.
fat off of samples. Don't eat that day and just go on in there. Take your
Right.
kids. Take your kids and feed them.
Samples.
Face painting, pony rides, and much more. All right, so Alex has got some WTF news of the week for us.
Oh my gosh, it's all about April Fools.
April Fools.
want you
I
to tell
forgot
me-
about that.
Oh, it's my mom's birthday too. She's not
Really?
watching right now, but happy birthday, Mom. Yeah.
Happy birthday, Alex.
Right.
Thanks. So okay. First, the Impossible Burger.
The Impossible
Um,
Burger.
Yes. Burger King is making a meatless burger.
Really?
It's testing soy-based meat. It's coming from Impossible Foods, a California-based company. They make plant-based substitutes. They're at Red Robin, White Castle, and 5,000 other restaurants nationwide.
Really
so
now?
no one's looking at the document. Is this an April Fool's joke or not?
I don't know. I'm inviting. I'm trying to drive traffic.
It's real.
It's
Burger
real?
King's- The king is gonna.
Wow.
They're trying out some meatless burgers.
So what we should have did like April Fools or not, like a little contest.
Yeah, now that I'm thinking about it, that would have been pretty cool. But it's
Yeah.
too late now.
Oh well.
Okay, so the next.
So they're
one-
ruining hamburgers.
Yep. Well, they're just widening their variety,
Right.
but it's real. So maybe you'll be able to guess this one. McDonald's got itself in a pickle today.
I've seen this.
So you already know. It was in Australia. They posted a video to Twitter saying that they were releasing the McPickle in
The
Australia.
McPickle.
That looked like a Big Mac with just pickles. I'm a fan of pickles. I don't know if anyone else.
I
in the
hate
room
pickles,
is.
and if I forget
Oh,
to,
man.
dude, I'm like a little kid. If I forget to tell them no pickles, like you know how
Oh,
pickles
it's so funny.
pickles leave that like taste.
Oh, jeez.
Pickles is not
Do
one of
you
those
eat
things.
mustard?
No.
Oh, okay.
So pickles
What
and
about ketchup?
mustard, yes. Ketchup, yes.
But
I'm like a
you
meat,
can't,
cheese,
like,
and ketchup guy.
You have to have the whole slice of
You
pickle to
can't-
taste the pickle.
No,
outside
if
of
there's a
ketchup.
pickle in a burger, and you take it out because you know your parents are like, "I'll just take it
So
off," and
dramatic.
then I eat it and I taste the leftover pickle. Like, no, that's horrible. It's horrible. Mustard.
So-
Talking about that, I hate like getting pizza and someone tells me to pull the onions.
Yeah, just take them off. It'll be all right. Banana peppers, especially.
Yeah, you
oh my
can't do
God.
banana
You
peppers.
cannot
on
get rid of that
anything.
taste.
Those things leave a taste.
Yes, you
and
cannot.
it is horrible.
It is.
So bad.
It is.
So yeah, the McPickle was an April Fool's joke.
Really?
Yep, it
Damn
was
it.
fake.
I thought it was real.
So some people were a little upset that they weren't going to get their pickle burger.
So people actually were excited about this McPickle.
Mm-hmm. Yep. I would have been excited if I had seen it too, but yep. So that's my WTFs for you today. And now it's time to talk about a little bit of a conspiracy that I didn't even think was a conspiracy. How did they make it a conspiracy? Tell us about it.
All right, so this one I'm actually going to have to pull the document up for because I read about, like, I kind of set up last night looking into it because I wanted to be educated on it a little bit. So I know you don't really follow hip hop, but I mean, I'm sure you've seen that this guy got shot because it was all over Facebook yesterday.
I didn't know who he was. I had to look up.
That's what I'm saying. I'm sure you didn't know who he was. I mean, I knew who he was, but I wouldn't say that I'm not a fan, but I wouldn't say that it was someone that I really followed because me being a DJ, he wasn't someone that was really top 40 friendly when it comes to hip hop. He wasn't.
Sure.
He was more like, I wouldn't say he didn't have substance or nothing, but he was like a little bit heavier hip hop, like gangster rap kind of. And it wasn't something I could play at a regular bar night unless it was an urban crowd where I just had free reign to play whatever I wanted.
Right.
And I don't want that to sound any type of way, but that's just what it is. I can get away with playing Drake at a redneck bar, but I couldn't play this.
Sure.
So, but he was a West Coast rapper. He was well-known West Coast rapper. He come up in the, 50 Cent, The Game. Like, he was on that, list of West Coast rappers. Like, he was very respected. He was very, a lot considered him, like, the next big thing out of the West Coast.
Oh, wow.
So, and, like, a lot of those West Coast.
Did he have any popular radio music?
He had a couple, but not really ones that went really mainstream.
Super popular. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
You'd have to be like a hip hop person to really know his, you know what I mean? But check him out. So, like a lot of hip hop artists coming out of the hood, he was involved in some gang activity early on. He was turning his life around. And he was actually doing a lot for the community. He had bought a whole, where he got shot at, he had bought that whole block and opened community-based businesses where he was hiring people in the community and giving back to the community. That was a lot of the stuff he was doing to really give back. So he was on a mission for that. But also, he was really big into the Dr. Sebi. Is that how we say it? Siba? I don't understand really how to say it properly, but Dr. Seba was this doctor that claimed to have cure for AIDS, herpes, and a lot of other stuff like that. And the government kind of went after him, and they tried to prosecute him in court. He beat the cases, and long story short, he ended up dead in their hands. So a lot of people say that was very controversial.
Wow.
And then what do we got here? His real name is Alfredo Bowman. He's an Honduran herbalist.
Oh, the doctor.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So he was one of those herbal wellness guys that, believed in all that natural stuff and had a lot of patients and a lot of people that said that the stuff he was doing was really good. And like I said, he died, and everybody says the government did it.
Wow.
Left Eye from TLC actually went to visit him, and she died in a freak accident. So a lot of people try to tie that to it as well. And then Nipsey Hussle comes around, and he was about to do a documentary on the trial that this guy went through. And there's some video, if you look into this article and you look into other articles, he's on camera talking about y'all gotta hold me down, about to do this documentary, they're gonna come for me. He kind of already knew that he was stepping into some territory that was gonna bring a lot of controversy and bring a lot of heat. There's a video in this article, if you want to post that in the thread for
Sure.
me, where he's on the Breakfast Club talking to Charlamagne the God, talking about, I'm making this documentary. There's a bunch of stuff leading to this conspiracy. And you know me, I'm a conspiracy person anyway. I'm all into this stuff. And there's just too much. I feel like anytime, especially like in the urban culture, like, I'm on both sides of the fence on everything, but like, I kind of side with the black people on this because they always make a big deal about stuff like this, but they're kind of right, because anytime you got like these type of guys raising up out the hood and trying to be positive and do something, just out of nowhere some freak shit happens.
Yeah.
And it always gets tied back to some crazy shit that goes back to the government or the law. You know what I mean? Like, you don't just see Drake getting shot out in the streets, or you don't just see like normal people dealing with this kind of shit. And where he got shot at was right in front of his business, and we're in the hood where he's like a known gang member, so he's not somebody you're just going to run up and mess with.
Right.
You know what I mean? So it was just a freak situation altogether. Like, I kind of feel like the conspiracy stands for me. You know what I mean? So it'll be interesting to see if the documentary comes out.
Yeah.
I don't know if he finished it. So yeah, that's
wild.
It's pretty wild. I didn't really know there was a lot to it until I started seeing people posting about it, and I was like, man, let me dig into this and look at it. And then when I traced it back to all the stuff, like, yeah, it's a lot to soak in. Like, you really have to read it and dig into it. And I was talking today, I think I actually want to start a whole segment on conspiracies.
Yeah.
And like, my favorite conspiracies is like this stuff, the entertainment world, because I feel like we've lost a lot of celebrities to a lot of shit that is covered up and that a lot of people are blind to and they don't see. Like Michael Jackson's, for instance. Like, you got some that say the doctor killed him. You know what I mean? There's like a lot of different conspiracies behind all these people. So yeah, I'm gonna start getting into that.
Yeah, I'll have to work on that.
I definitely love to come do that with you.
Yeah, I think I want to start a whole podcast on that. I know they got one over at FXBG Radio. I don't want to like copy off of them, but at the same time, I'm going to do the entertainment side of it.
Finding Neverland on HBO?
Finding Neverland, I haven't watched it yet, because after I watched the freaking R. Kelly one, I just couldn't bring myself to watch Michael Jackson, because I was just like, come on, man. My thoughts on the Michael, like, I'll touch on it real quick. My thoughts on the Michael Jackson thing is like, this dude had a rough childhood. Like, his family life was messed up. His dad, like, straight circused those kids. Like, it was like a circus, like, and he was the ringleader. And, I can't say yes or no on the allegations, but just if you just listen to Michael Jackson talk, he had, like, to me, had that mindset of a freaking kid.
Yeah.
Like, hey, guys, want to go play? I don't think that was a front. I don't think that was him trying to molest little kids. You know what I mean? Not saying that some...
Never have to experience a childhood.
Yeah, I feel like he was just trying to be around kids to relive his childhood, so to speak. Not saying that he didn't do some stupid shit, that he might have did some of the stuff they said he did. But...
he was definitely abused.
He was definitely abused mentally, physically, like every different way that he could be. And I feel like he was trapped in that mind state of a kid. Yeah. And he wanted to be around kids. I mean, who the hell has an amusement park at their house? Like, do you think he would go through all that trouble to, like, lure little kids in? I mean, he's a millionaire. If he really wanted to molest little kids, he would just molest little kids. Let's be real.
There's plenty of people who just buy them.
Yeah, I mean, he could just grab up some of those and buy them up. You know what I mean? So, that the music world, man, and the entertainment world, and just money in general, like, leads to a lot of crazy shit out here. And, like, we can talk about that shit for days, because there's a whole nother side. And I've always been that one. Like, I started young on all that conspiracy stuff with the JFK stuff. That was the first one that really got me, like,
JFK
hooked.
Is a conspiracy on, like, multiple
there's so many
levels.
different angles on that. It's crazy.
Yeah, we should do that one day.
Yeah, no, we definitely can.
Because then you can talk about the celebrity, and I found out it's also an alien conspiracy.
Oh, you're big on the alien stuff. Yeah, yeah. I mean, there's a lot of crazy stuff going on with that. You know what I mean? All that stuff. You know what's crazy about a JFK thing was that like they sealed all the documents for like they had that time frame that where it was sealed and it couldn't be released, and then we finally hit that time, and then we don't know what happened to all the documents. Well, there's nothing to release.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it was just crazy, like how the government plays all this, and you know how all this goes down. I got Aaron over here steady commenting, but I'm in this watch party and I don't see what he's commenting.
Gosh.
He's commenting on my personal post. I'll have to go back and respond to his comments. Got to get in the watch party and comment. Oh, is he commenting on the watch party? Let me see.
Grassy knoll.
Grassy knoll, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, there's so many conspiracy theories, man. Like,
it's time to do some serious research then. Oh, JD's watching us.
JD's watching. Ask you, where you at, JD? Man. I forget. We're
back on that conspiracy stuff.
Yeah, conspiracy theories. Wow, we've only been online for 25 minutes.
No, 41 minutes.
Okay,
at least.
Mine's not caught up. 46.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, so if you guys are still watching, please share. We're trying to get this out here. We're starting fresh on, in-house. Season 2 from 360 Studios over here. We got JD commenting. All right, so I'm going to...
Mikey said earlier in the comments that Spotsylvania Sheriff's Department for April Fool's Day.
I seen that.
Posted a get out of jail free card.
Yeah, I seen that. Ha. And then they were just kidding. I just DJ'd their charity basketball game over the weekend.
That is so
where
funny.
They played the generic Harlem Globetrotters.
Nice.
It was pretty funny.
I've seen a lot of police departments putting up some pretty good.
Oh yeah. Well, and that's the thing. Like things have got like, over the last decade, like the world's lightened up a lot. Like you see.
Are you serious?
Yeah, you see crazy shit posted on like you see like
we were just talking about a conspiracy.
Yeah, but I'm talking about like in general. There was a time, like perfect example.
People have a better sense of humor.
Sense of humor is improved. Like we've loosened up.
Yeah.
Like it's crazy the shit that's on TV now. You can say
cuss words during the day.
Yeah, like it's crazy. You're driving down 95 and they got crazy like subliminal stuff on the banners and slow down or die, or you know what I mean? They got like stupid stuff. Yeah. You know what I mean? And it's just funny to me. I love it. Some of the stuff. Your family
loves you. Make it there alive.
Right. Yeah. Right. Exactly. So I mean, when we were kids, we didn't see any of that. Right. There was no humor behind any of that shit. It was just straight cut and dry and straightforward.
So buckle up or else.
Behind that, but like all the examples he gave were like, buckle your seatbelt or you'll die.
Right. I couldn't think of a good example to give, okay?
Click it or ticket.
Right, click it or ticket.
Emoji.
Right, with an emoji.
Crying face emoji.
Yeah, exactly. So, back on my dating shit.
Okay,
since
here we
we're
go.
on this date, and eventually we're gonna have like an online dating show on our podcast. We're gonna pull it off eventually. We've been trying to work out all the kinks. JD and Alex keep claiming they're gonna find me a date. So
we're gonna do like the dating show.
We're gonna do like
I gotta
a
find
dating
one that
show.
I want to copy from like the 60s.
Let's don't go back that far.
Yeah.
Let's go like
no, we're going back.
Let's go like old school MTV dating shows.
No.
Oh, like Next.
Next was good. Like that's
that
a good one.
Was
Room Raiders was good. Let's go old school MTV to copy if we're gonna copy like a dating show. And we'll have to turn it into like an online version. So there's some new dating terms that I'd never even known of, and you know me, I'm on top of this. I'm on top of this online dating stuff.
Does anyone else notice how we keep disappearing?
Yeah, we're gonna figure this transition thing out.
I'm surprised no one has mentioned it.
Good thing on the podcast, on the audio, they just hear us talking about stupid stuff they can't see. So the new dating terms you need to learn in 2019 if you're unattached. Plenty of Fish has identified 8 new dating trends that you need to know. Instagram standing is the first one.
Wait, did you just skip the first one?
Granding involves practicing gratefulness at the end of a relationship and rejecting rejecting negativity and bitterness as you move forward with your life. Ariana Grande popularized the idea following her high
so
life
funny.
split from Pete Davidson by choosing to focus on celebrating herself. And you also
That's a good one.
You also got the whole Mac Miller situation. You know what I mean? Because right before he died, they were on bad terms and they were beefing in the media.
Right.
And then she cleaned it up. I was proud of her. Like, she was very mature about it, and like she showed the sympathy side, and like she bit the bullet on all that and was like, yo, you know, like she really.
Doesn't she name these guys in her songs?
Oh, she names them in her songs. She goes all
That's
that.
what
I thought she was gay for a second, because in that Thank You Next, she talks about
Ari,
she talks about herself.
Yeah.
My daughter pointed out, she's like, no, Dad, that's her.
That's her own name.
She's talking in a third person, and I'm
So
like, whatever.
funny.
It was funny though. It cracked me up.
That's good.
But here's my thing though, like we need more of that, because we all know or have been in a relationship, when it's over, we either go back and badmouth each other, or one person is really bitter and they turn it into this like, oh my God, they were so horrible and da 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 da. Like I had a bad run of relationships where I held people down, took care of them, and did this, that, and the third. But when we broke up, I was a piece of shit. I'm like, but I paid your bills for 6 months. I'm such a piece of shit. So, you know, we need to grow up. And when you're coming out of a relationship, just cut. You don't got to go out and badmouth somebody.
Be a grown up about it.
So I love Ariana Grande's approach.
Yeah.
I love it. So the next one is Instagram standing.
Okay.
Says, although this phrase is quite a mouthful, the idea behind it is simple. Involves curating your Instagram feed with one person in mind and specifically posting pictures that will appeal to your crush.
That's insane. That is.
I mean, we're old, so like I see this on Facebook.
That
I don't
is
really
psycho.
I don't pay attention to Instagram enough to catch this, but I have seen it on Facebook, and I gotta say I was guilty of going through breakups or going through situations in general where I'd post like subliminal stuff for people to see, and like showing them like I was hurt, you know what I mean? Or if I was targeting someone. Like
passive aggressive
through social media. So the Instagram side is 22 to 25-year-olds. I don't do this anymore. But
not you, I wasn't saying you.
Oh, in general. But I mean, we all got those friends that we can look. We all got those friends, or just people on our timeline in general. We know when they're going through something because they start posting about it.
I think it's best, you know, if that's the attitude.
Just leave that shit off of social media.
Leave it, okay. Or if you have to do it on social media, just get it out there.
Get it out of the way and be done with it. Like, just go trailer park in like a day or two and just let it all out.
Yep.
Post all your memes, all your captions, and like just get it out of your system, and so we can all move on.
That's right.
Because sometimes it's entertaining, but like you got those people that go back and forth between, oh, I love my Buddha. Oh, he's a piece of shit.
MySpace. That's good.
You know what I mean? So it's like social media doesn't need to be a freaking diary, man. No. Like I used to do it, so I can't really save it so much. But at the same time, it's like, dude, leave that personal crap off of the internet. The memes and stuff are cool though. Like I let mine out through memes. But now, like, since we created 360 Real Talk, that's my outlet. So I post crazy shit over there. But even then, like, now I don't go over there and post memes and stuff about personal stuff. I just post crazy stories. So I've kind of got past that. I feel like it's a maturity thing. Like, you'll just get to a certain point where you're just like, I don't need to let my feelings out to the public. Like, I don't need to do that. You know what I mean? Like, social media is not like your psychologist, you know, like your psych. So therapist, yeah. So the next one, let me see if I get this right. Banksy shredded his famous girl with balloon artwork during an auction at.
Did you guys see that? Do you know what that's referencing?
Yeah, here, you cover that because I don't know what this is about.
Shredded his own art. It was like in a frame. And I think someone touched it or they walked by it, and it was just like, it turned on, it was a shredder. Awesome. And it shredded his art right there. That was the painting of the girl with the balloon. Yeah. Yeah. I love that. He had planned it.
I don't even know who this is.
Before, and daters are now taking inspiration from him, planning their breakups in advance.
Yeah. I mean, I feel like that's another thing.
On purpose, because he...
Maybe not that in depth. When
he created the painting, I don't think that he thought he was going to put it in a shredder. I think that probably one day he was like, You know, it'd be a cool prank. I hope people aren't planning their breakups. Like, you know, it'd be a cool, a fun thing to do. Like, this is a fun thing to do. You just shred your own art in a museum in front of people who are going to be totally baffled. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't even get that. I don't even get that.
As many as 48% of Brits think they've been the victim of a calculated and carefully timed breakup in the past.
I mean,
you can't attribute that to Banksy.
No, I don't think so.
No.
I don't think so at all. I don't feel like that's even a thing. You know what I mean? I do feel like planned breakups are a thing.
Right, but not for like a thrill.
Yeah. I don't think for a thrill. You know what I mean? So I don't know about that one. I don't know about that one at all. So what's the next one? So you got...
I don't know, Mark. It's your list.
Well, I was bouncing around trying to see who look at comments and stuff. So throning is dating someone just to boost your personal profile or reputation. A la Kim Kardashian and Kanye West is what they're comparing it to.
Whose reputation was boosted in this?
I don't know. That's a hard one because I feel like they both are like Kanye or Kim. Who boosted who?
Maybe them getting in a relationship boosted both
each other. Like I think it was mutual.
Like, oh, you would.
I think it's mutual. I think Kanye lost out. Yeah, Kanye lost some cred on that one.
Really? You think so?
Yeah, but Kanye was coming off of a rough time too, so it was like he was already
she stays pretty relevant, and that keeps him pretty relevant. And even if she's not relevant, one of her siblings is relevant.
Well, yeah, her family in general.
Relevant.
But I kind of feel like since
knocking things over,
Kanye and Kim, Kanye kind of fell back. Like he hasn't been as active.
He's a family man now.
He's a family. He hasn't been as active in the music scene. He had his little meltdown. Like he's went through some shit since he got with Kim. Kardashian girls ruin men. I'm just gonna say it. They ruin everybody that they get in a relationship with.
Wasn't he already like in a bad spot emotionally?
Who, Kanye? Well, yeah. When his mom died or whatever, he was already on like this downward spiral.
I feel like
diagnosed with bipolar.
Yeah,
yeah, he's crazy.
All things considered, like we see what the media and the Kardashians want us to see, but their relationship's gone on for a while.
I mean, they've had a long relationship. I give them that. So out of all the Kardashian,
working out for the two of them.
For all the Kardashian relationships, they definitely have the most successful one. Is like as weird as that is, because I don't know what to call successful in that household. I mean, mom turned a dude into a girl. Tyga situation, then you got the brother that went crazy. Like, I mean,
what happened to him?
I don't even know. Black China. Actually, he got ruined by somebody else. Black China ruined him.
Oh,
it got crazy. Like the whole Kardashian story. Like that's a whole nother story. Like they got an interesting journey. Because a lot of people.
Next time on conspiracies.
Yeah, the Kardashian story.
So that's their throning.
Yeah. So. I mean, but I relate to that as that I do feel like a lot of people get in relationships to boost their status and their appearance. I see it all the time. And it goes back to me. Like, I can relate to a bunch of different ways on this. Like, some people marry for money. They date people for what they can gain from the other person. There's a lot of different, like, motives, I feel like, in relationships. That's a whole nother story, too.
Yeah.
Kind of plays into this one.
Yeah.
Cohabitating. So so it says as the housing crisis grows, millennials are getting more and more creative with their solutions.
Oh, this is about like
instead of rejecting a tiny zone one room in London, this is like foreign, but we can relate. Shacking up
foreign, but we can relate.
Shacking up with their new partner in a hurry just to help their finances. So, I mean, people have been doing this forever. Like,
you could just get a roommate.
Yeah. I mean, a lot of people, dude, I mean, I've been in relationships that have went horrible that I've ended up just being a roommate with that person before. I feel like a lot of people have. And then there's the marriages that, well, why are you still with them? Well, we got all this stuff together and they got their names on all my stuff. And it's just cheaper to keep them, like they always say. It's cheaper to keep them. So I feel like people have been doing that forever. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like,
it's not new.
I'm going to go shack up with this person because they're well off and I'm not, and they'll take care of me. I mean, that's housewives 101. Man and woman do it.
I was watching this TV show. I don't know if you guys, I don't know if it's really a conspiracy, but just craziness. The FILDPF.
What?
Oh gosh, Latter-day Saints something. They're like the new version of like Mormons, and they practice polygamy.
I have to look into that. I'm a supporter of the Mormons. Kind of.
I can't think of it, but anyways, yeah,
Sort of.
all the wives are his wife, and I was just like wondering, like, how do you get into that?
Yeah, I don't know.
How do you like?
I always crack jokes like
so they have to live there, so it's a bit, it's super extreme. He's in prison, no big deal.
Oh, no big deal. I wonder if they're all sticking by his side.
Bad. A lot of them are, and the reason why he's in prison is really bad. But
this is interesting. You have to send me the link to that.
Yeah.
So next up, you got U-turning. We all have that one friend that says they're in love 5 minutes after meeting someone. See all this all the time on social media. They're like, how many times can you fall in love this year, Susan? So before breaking up with them 3 days later, so it's got a catchy name now, U-turning. Perfectly captures.
This all applies to like high school kids.
Shoot, this applies to adults too. Perfectly captures the idea of falling head over heels in love with someone before suddenly changing your mind for one reason or other. We all got those people that fall in love 5 times a year, especially around holidays. Christmas.
We talked about that. Cuffing season.
Cuffing season.
I remember.
Yep. See,
I learned.
Yeah. So I'm normally the opposite. My cuffing season normally starts in the spring. Like, this is about the time I like fall into some shit. And then, like, because I like to have somebody to spring and summer with. Other people like to be single during spring and summer. Me, I like to have somebody to do shit with in the spring and summer. And in the wintertime, I like to be alone. I don't know why. I like to hibernate. It's cheaper. Christmas, yeah. I like to, and I got a kid and I'm a single dad, so I definitely don't want to bring on anybody else into the Christmas scenario.
Okay, that's fair.
But, like, spring and summer, like, I just like to have someone to enjoy spring and summer with. Winter, like, I don't know, for me, like, winter, I go extra hard in the winter when it comes to work. I go hard in the paint in the wintertime. Spring,
I get like winter blues.
See, I get motivated in the wintertime. Like, I have
3 kids, so I have to keep doing things. I don't get to like just be like, I have the winter blues. I'm like,
no, you gotta keep moving. You gotta keep
class.
moving. Yeah. So next up, we got vulturing. So conjuring up images of vultures swirling around a pile of dead bodies. This dating trend was never going to be pretty romantic. Vulturing is when someone becomes much more romantic and interested in someone when they sense their current relationship is about to break up, then swooping in to pick up the pieces.
Whoa.
Oh, so yeah, that's that. Yeah, everybody comes out the woodwork when they see somebody going through like a rough time in their relationship. It's like, oh, are you okay, Susan? Oh, I'm here for you. And then all the friend zone guys like, I'm here to save the day.
Do you like my cape?
Yeah, I call it Captain Save-A-Ho.
Oh my God, he's got another name for it.
Yeah, I call it Captain
You
Save-A-Ho.
really like seen this? Okay.
Yeah. I might have been involved in a few of these situations on either side.
Seen this.
Either side, I've experienced it. And then I have a lot of friends that are girls, so I hear about this shit all the time.
Right.
I'm just like, dude, why are you still with this douchebag for? Like, and stop. I'm that douchebag friend. Like, I'm only gonna pat you on the back like once or twice, and then like by the 3rd time you tell me the same story, and I'm like, so what have you done to fix this situation?
Yeah.
Nothing. Go away, Susan. Just go away. Those are the Susans for me.
Sorry, keeps calling you out, Susan.
Yeah. So
wherever you are.
That's a Sarah too. Sarah's and Susans. Yeah. So.
All right. Well, great new terms.
Yeah. So yeah, we're gonna continue this dating stuff.
Stop it.
Yeah, right.
Grow up.
Yeah, pretty much. Like, that's why I've just stayed single here. I've got a good run of being single here lately, and it's like it's lasting. I'm still open for love though.
We're gonna do the dating show. So anyone who's interested in the dating episode,
I'm
most eligible bachelor.
Right. Most eligible
Don't try
entrepreneur. Entrepreneur.
Oh
ladies,
gosh.
there's all Mark's social media info.
Right. Here's all my info over here. My DJ name, my real name, my company names. You can
Social security number.
Social security number. You can check it all out. Um,
Oh, look, Russia just joined.
Russia? Who's Russia?
Oh my god.
Who?
Never mind.
Russia? So yeah, thanks for everybody checking us out, man. We got some good views tonight.
Thank you.
You guys can share.
Yes.
That would be awesome. I think
Thank you to our team. We got to pay a lot of attention.
Yeah, we got
tonight,
some team.
so
We got two
that's
new
awesome.
people in the building. We got Scott the comedian over here. He local comedian, starving comedian.
Are you starving?
Yeah, look at him. I mean, he's freaking
These guys
starving.
are always trying to get me to bring food. Now there's a starving
Now
guy?
you have to bring food because Scott's starving. I mean, they're both scrawny. Look at them; they're starving. Then we got Brandon over here. He works over at Billikens. He's a bartender. So go
We're at a
buy
barbecue
drinks.
place and you're starving?
I sell wine as well.
He sells wine as well. He's like a wine rep.
Okay.
We're here on behalf of Hoodie Goodies.
And then we got Hoodie Goodies representatives. We're all kind of repping Hoodie Goodies. They're going to be collabing with 360 Real Talk on the blogging efforts because we're too busy to even get the website up, really.
It's up.
It's up. It's just not complete. So then we got, let me see. He left his
Shattered
card.
glass.
Got Shattered Glass Studios. Buddy Zach Champ over here. We got Scott the comedian. We'll show the cards. Yeah. Check it out. But yeah, man, I'm glad everybody chimed in.
Thank you.
Check us out next week. And on that note, I think we're out of here, man.
Have a good week.
Have a good week. And we'll see you guys next Monday from like 10-ish to 11-ish. Share. Check us out on YouTube. What the hell? iTunes, Google, Spotify now.
Yeah.
Listen to us in the car. At the gym. If anybody wants to get involved, we're about to start doing more podcasting stuff. So we're looking for volunteers, interns, whatever you want to call it. Come work with us, learn this podcast and stuff. We'll learn together, and then we'll help you with your podcast if you want to do a podcast. We're also looking for guests to bring on to do interviews, stuff like that. So yeah, reach out to us, and we're out of here.